Efforts to combat drunk driving at the state level continue today in Madison.
A Senate committee heard arguments for Bentley's law, which would require convicted drunk drivers who kill parents to pay child support to the victims' kids. 4 other states already have similar laws on the book.
Our Elaine Rojas-Castillo was at today's hearing, and she tells us more about how the law would work and how families of drunk driving victims are reacting.
New legislation in Madison hopes to address the accountability of drunk drivers. One of the people leading the cause for this is Sheila Lockwood. We've spoken to her multiple times over the years since she lost her son Austin at the hands of a drunk driver back in 2018.
It doesn't matter if it's Christmas or a birthday or Monday or Friday. It's a day without seeing his face and without hearing his voice. And no amount of time heals that.
The man responsible for Austin's death was convicted and sent to jail for 3 years. Less than half of the time Sheila has been without her son.
So many times people think that it's over once the trial is over, once somebody maybe spends a little bit of time in jail, and it's not.
One of the lawmakers behind the bill, State Senator Jesse L. James, says he understands money can't fill the void of a lost loved one, but can potentially ease the burden on those left behind.
Losing a prominent member of the family is a tragedy, an adjustment in any circumstance, but losing your parent through an unexpected accident has ripple effects that can last a lifetime.
Wisconsin State Senate Bill 87 is also known as Bentley's Law, and if it passes here in Wisconsin, it would require impaired drivers to pay restitution in the form of child support if they cause a crash that kills a parent or a legal guardian.
The family that is left after losing someone, it never gets better, it never is fixed, and this is just one way to make sure that those minors are taken care of.
Similar laws have already passed in 4 states: Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, and Maine. While she lives in Illinois, Sheila says she's committed to passing this law in Wisconsin as well, not just because she lost her son here, but to ensure no one else suffers like she has.
I have so much pain inside. I had to push that someplace and make it into this passion that I've got now. If it can help one other family in honor of Austin and other victims, it's worth the fight.
The bill currently sits in the Senate's Judiciary and Public Safety Committee, where more discussions are expected to take place in the coming weeks and months. In Madison, Elaine Rojas-Castillo, TMJ4 News.
All right, Elaine, thanks. Bentley's law is named for a Missouri boy who lost both his parents and a sibling in a crash caused by a drunk driver back in 2021. Now, Sheila Lockwood, the person you just heard from in Elaine's story, has helped pass other drunk driving related laws in the past. In 2019, she successfully urged lawmakers to pass a bill that would require a 5-year minimum sentence for drunk drivers who kill someone. More recently, she pushed for a bill that would require anyone convicted of OWI to use a breathalyzer to start their vehicles, even on the first conviction. That bill did not pass. Lockwood is now an ambassador with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, working to pass legislation in Wisconsin and her home state of Illinois.